Friday, August 25th. Verse 2 memorize, "So be careful how you live, and live not as fools, but as wise, making good use of the time, because the days are bad. For this reason, do not be foolish, but try to understand what is the will of the Lord." Ephesus 5:15-17. Further study. In Ephesians 5:1-20, Paul took a firm stand against sin, especially sexual immorality and gross language. He was not willing to accept immoral behavior in the church. He called the Ephesians to display a high standard of conduct and to embrace their identity as beloved children of God and as saints. He believed that when Christians do this, the light shines in the darkness, drawing the unbelievers of the self-destructive lifestyle to grace and truth. Paul envisioned the church driven by a renewed commitment to live as children of the light, as it awaits the return of Christ, and blessed by his presence, gathering to worship. Motivated by their status as beloved children of God and the death of Christ for them and filled with the Spirit, their shared worship is characterized by energy and joy as they sing in thanksgiving to Christ and the Father. With a solid understanding of heavenly realities, they celebrate their hope for the future, based on what God has done, does, and will do through Jesus their Lord. Understood thus, the passage becomes much more than a set of disconnected orders about the Christian life. It becomes a prophetic call on Christian identity, commitment, community and worship in the last days, an invitation full of tenderness to get the bargains on offer until the return of Christ. Questions for consideration. The current viral culture preaches its values 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 305 days a year in harmful media. How to adopt Paul's high standards. How can believers today discover what is pleasing to the Lord and understand what is the Lord's will? Does the prohibition of speaking of sexual immorality among believers mean that we should not deal with issues of improper and abusive sexual behavior? Does modern society reflect pagan practices that Paul dealt with in his day?